We are looking at your Dynasty football trades on today's video.
Yes.
Drop a like to show some love and some support. Subscribe if you like Dynasty
baby.
content. And I want you to comment down below right now, what is a trade that you've made? Tell me who you fleeced, or maybe you got fleeced. People will tell you in the comments if you did.
Maybe.
But hey, do you want your trades to be on this weekly show? If you do, it's actually quite simple. Go to flockfantasy.com/land. Sign up using our promo code LAND. If you choose the Mother Flocker tier, you're going to have your trades on this show every week. It is one of the perks of signing up and getting our exclusives over on flockfantasy.com. Of course, you get the rankings, the articles, the bonus content from all creators. But if you choose the Mother Flocker tier, one of the perks there is that you unlock this tab in Discord called Dynasty Trades, and we're trying to prioritize those people who prioritize us. So if you want to have that perk unlocked, now you know, flockfantasy.com/land and choose the Mother Flocker tier, and then you're going to get your trades on this video series. Let's go ahead and start here with Jared. You guys can see I commented and mentioned the Mother Flockers over here, the Land Mother Flockers.
That's right.
And Jared is the first one in history to have his trades graded.
Jared. He went to Jared. Okay.
So, looks like Jared gets Mac Jones in the 110. He sends away Geno Smith in the 108. I have to be honest. I've been trying to put some respect on Geno's name, and I'm going to continue to do that right now. I do prefer Geno Smith over Mac Jones. I would say there is actually a pretty, not a pretty big gap, but there's about a 5 ranking gap between Geno and Mac for me. I prefer Geno Smith. You can find our rankings again at flockfantasy.com/land.
That's right.
But I do prefer Geno, and just gauging the community, I wonder what people think. Let us know in the comments. But we always want to give our true, honest opinion. I would say the pick swap, I don't think you would need to do that if you wanted to trade them straight up. And
that's exactly what I was thinking. And 108 for the 110 doesn't really make sense to really flop quarterbacks. According to the community, by the way, Geno Smith is quarterback 25, Mac Jones quarterback 26. So you're not really you're taking a lateral move and also going up 2 spots with the 108, right? So it's not that big of a difference. I do believe Geno Smith is the guy. It is the pick side that I would go with, right? The trade side I would go with Geno Smith in the 108. Yeah.
At the moment, I have Geno as my quarterback 23, which feels low, but keep in mind we have our rookies in those rankings, so really he's quarterback 19. And I have Mac Jones at quarterback 26, so there's a 3 gap difference between them. So I don't think this is crazy or outrageous or anything. I just think, again, it's not. I wouldn't personally do it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, the next trade from Jared here, it looks like he gets Trey Lance. He sends away the 110, and it's a 3-way deal. We'd love to see a 3-way
trade.
Yep, trade. So it looks like he got Trey Lance. Okay, so someone got screwed over here.
Who got the Brock Purdy?
Who's the one who got screwed over?
I think maybe it's Jackson.
Who got Brock Purdy and Brock Purdy got Hollywood? Yeah, that feels like betting too much on Brock.
That's how I'm feeling right now. Yeah, so Jack definitely is the loser here, getting Brock Purdy, and then B. Frey getting Hollywood Brown the 110.
I will say I like Trey Lance for the 110. I will take that shot for sure. I would say he's probably just as good of a prospect as Anthony Richardson, and people are going to hate that I'm saying that because Anthony Richardson tested like a freak at the combine. Yep. But collectively, as a entire prospect, if you look at all areas, I would say Trey Lance is just as good of a prospect as Anthony Richardson. Just hasn't had an opportunity to really, have a full season to establish himself. So I like the Trey Lance side here. I would definitely send the 110 for Trey Lance. I like that risk reward.
Yeah, don't mind the trade. Definitely a risk trade, but I'm happy to send the 110 if the full comes at the 110 with some of these wide receivers or running backs, depending on how you have them ranked.
And I would say it's highly unlikely that you can draft a quarterback, one of these top 4 at the 110 anyway.
Exactly.
So. All right, Flash. What's up, my guy? 12-team Superflex PPR start 12. Start 12. Sheesh. Tight end premium is 2 PPR. It's a 2 PPR tight end premium. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So it looks like he gets Christian McCaffrey, Wan'Dale Robinson, sent the 111, 203, and the 212. I think people are probably going to know what I'm going to say here. This is a quality over quantity trade. You get Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, you send the 111, but if this is CMC's, if this is what he's going to cost right now, then I'll buy a lot of CMC this offseason.
Exactly. It's not even close. Even if you take Wan'Dale out, I think, and you just look at CMC with these picks, quality over quantity, for sure for us. So I would agree. CMC and Wan'Dale, don't sleep on a boy, baby. New York Football Giants. Gotta get it in.
See.
I gotta get it in.
You have to get it in.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, what is the pick? Like, where's the point where you'd be willing to sell CMC straight for a pick? Is it,
I think it's
let's say like the 104 area territory, or
I would say 104. I would say the 104 to the 106. If I can have a chance on getting Gibbs and or a Zach Charbonnet in that window there, which that's kind of where they fall right now, 104. I would say maybe even stretch to the 106, but you're really getting the low end of that trade with the 107 for CMC. I'll be really happy in that window there for me.
Yeah. I feel like, right around that 104, 105 area where JSN and Gibbs are going feels right for CMC. You can see me saying, we're making history, guys. Your trades will be the first one reviewed on the show since the Flock partnership. All right. Herbert, what's up, brother? He says both of these went in the Kilo League, in our follower leagues. Okay. So it looks like he got Tua and Brees, and he sent away Chase. Have we discussed this one before on the show? I feel like we have discussed this, haven't we?
I feel like we have. I think we did go with the Chase side last time.
I think we said this was very even, but in a superflex format, we might slightly lean the Brees Tua side.
I don't remember.
Context is very important here, right? If you're moving Chase and you already have a bunch of quarterbacks that you're happy with, then this would not be a move that we would advise. However, if you have, an incredible wide receiver room and you need help at quarterback and running back, I would say this is even value to send Chase away and what you would expect in return.
By the way, breaking news as we're recording this, Jamal Williams signs 3-year deal with the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, gosh, that's funny.
Breaking news there. Live as we are recording this, which is interesting. And what's funny...
People will see this like 4 days after.
Yeah, people will see this 4 days after. So that is really funny. And we actually have a Jamal trade in this chat here. So
okay,
we can continue to talk about it once we get to the Jamal one, because I know Herbert has one more trade.
Yeah. So just on this one, I would say it's pretty even value. The other trade is a second for Kyle Trask. Yeah, I'll take the second.
I'll take the second as well. I'm really happy with that.
You could send me a second in 2030, and I would give you Kyle Trask. No disrespect. But that does sound pretty disrespectful.
It does.
All right, this trade is from Flash. It's a 12-team Superflex PPR. It's the same league. Tight end premium is 2 points per reception. So he gets he sends away Jamal Williams and TJ Hawkinson for Deshaun Watson. I already struggle with the half-point premium. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I just think that I personally don't think it fixes a problem. Like you have Kelsey, who's still dominating the rest of the tight end position. He's just getting more points to do it in a tight end premium. But now you're saying 2 points per reception. I find it really difficult to value tight ends in that sort of format. But I would say in this format, it's probably pretty even, this trade. I don't know what you think.
In the format, I would say it is even just based on the 2-point value, just because of, at least right now, Jamal Williams, right? So what is his role going to be like? How is that going to look? There is a little bit of an edge with the TJ Hawkinson and Jamal Williams, but this is a super flex league, and you're getting Deshaun Watson in a super flex tight end premium. And I'm pretty sure maybe Flashy has a decent tight end, whether that's Cole Kmet, whether that is a David Njoku. The 2-point premium kind of puts them up there as well, right? So just all depends on the context there with that league.
Yeah.
But Jamal Williams right now, very interesting with this trade. And once again, you're probably going to see this days later.
Yeah.
Currently RB 36.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, just currently RB 36.
Yeah, no, it is crazy. 2 points per reception. So TJ Hawkinson last year had 215 PPR points. We would need to add 86 points in this format to that total. So we're talking, I mean, that's over 300 points for TJ Hawkinson.
Wild.
I still think that I'm going to Deshaun Watson in a Superflex format. I just can't imagine in my mind a guy that in a non-tight end premium I'm taking at the end of the first, Deshaun Watson, is going to be equal with a guy I'm taking in the 5th round in TJ Hawkinson.
But in a tight end
with
premium,
this format,
is he going in the 5th round?
No, I'm not saying he would. I'm trying to meet in the middle where the value would be, and I don't think that TJ Hawkinson, even in this format, is going to go at the back end of the 1st round. I could be wrong. And then Jamal Williams, I like the contract, but I'm not going to overvalue him either. I'm going to go Deshaun Watson in this format.
Agreed. I am going Deshaun Watson as well. Once again, kind of the things that I hit on. What happens if Flashy does have an Njoku or a Cole Kmet, one of these lower end tight ends that we kind of believe in, a Trey McBride, a Greg Dulcich. I'll be really happy with that, and getting a quarterback in my super flex option or position.
All right. Looks like you put a trade in here. You want to talk this one through?
Got Jahan Dotson for the 112 and at 112, and that's in the 406. I guess I wanted to put in here for context just for everyone. I keep saying Jahan Dotson is a buy low, and I've seen a lot of mixed trades where he goes from the 109, 108 all the way down to the 112. I got him for the 112 here, which in my opinion is the buy low end, right? So if you can get it for the 112, Jahan Dotson, I just want to say it out there. It's possible.
Yeah, I would definitely take Jahan Dotson if this is what it costs, no doubt.
Yeah.
I can't hard. What's up, brother? It's Cole Kmet and the 103. We don't have context, so I have to assume it's just, a non-tight end premium. Let's just assume that. So Cole Kmet and the 103, Isaiah Pacheco, the 110, and the 203. This is a pretty huge no-brainer to me that I'm taking the 103 side.
I completely agree. That's Brees, CJ, 110. You fall out of those wide receivers. Maybe that's an Addison. Maybe that's a Michael Mayer, a Zay Flowers. The talent difference in the gap there, the tiers down, depending on how you have it ranked, is massive there. Getting the 103. So I like this trade for you.
Superflex, grab the quarterback that you want at the 103. I like it. The Mighty Booch. What's up? Booch. Startup 12-team Dynasty Superflex tight end premium start 10 best ball, 30 roster spots. Jesus. Took Darren Waller with the pick. My other tight end is Pat Fryermuth in a win now window with my squad build. So it looks like, keep in mind, this is a startup draft. Okay. So the 11-10, and she sent away the 2nd in 2024 and the 1304. Now, assuming that you are a win now team, you'd have to assume that 2nd's going to be late. But I have drafted win now teams before, and it's not worked out that way, unfortunately. Yeah. What I will say is that in a tight end premium format, I would say this is pretty good value, pretty even value to go out and get a guy like Darren Waller in a tight end premium format, especially best ball. You kind of want to have multiple tight ends who can put up big numbers on a given week if you're trying to compete right now. So I would say this is pretty even value.
I would say as well, Pat the Dragon, Waller can go in a flex spot. Looks like you have 1, 2, 3 flex spots there with her the picture that she also sent on the bottom there. So I like this trade for you. Yeah.
It's a big roster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, yeah. Start 11.
Yeah.
Best ball, 30 roster spots. Jeez, that is a big team.
That is wild. That is wild.
Jared says 12-team Superflex PPR tight end premium start 10. Okay.
Wow, okay. This
Michael
is interesting.
Pittman, Trevor Lawrence, the 107. We send away Joe Burrow and Drake London. I
Ooh.
have a
Ooh.
feeling, and I think a lot of people out there would agree, that this time next year, Trevor Lawrence is probably going to be given the respect that he's due, and he's going to be in that conversation with Joe Burrow.
Right.
Now, in saying that, I think I'm still taking the Joe Burrow side.
Okay.
Because I want the quality over quantity here. Not to say that Pittman isn't quality, but to get Drake London there, I feel really good about. So, yeah, I would be willing. I'm imagining that the person who got Burrow in London have other options at wide receiver, and they kind of wanted to cash in to feel secure with their total roster. I'll take the Burrow side here, but
I think this is really close. And I am okay to take the Trevor Lawrence side, Michael Pittman in the 107. And let me tell you why. I'm really believing that 107 is going to be Quentin. And Quentin has fallen to the 107, the 106, even the 108, and he is my wide receiver 1. So if I can get Michael Pittman, who I still believe in, who we believe is either going to get, well, actually changed now. We thought it was CJ or Bryce Young, but it looks like it's going to be either Will Levis or Anthony Richardson. I'm still okay with that. And I'm still believing in Michael Pittman and how fantasy relevant he is going to be. So Michael Pittman, Quentin Johnston, and Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is my QB 6. And same. Joe Burrow is my QB 3. So I'm really happy to tear down just a little bit. Not that big of a gap. And once again, like Zach said, we project him to go even higher going into 2020 after 2023. So I'm actually really happy with Michael Pittman, Trevor Lawrence, and the 107.
Yeah, I can respect that. I think it's pretty even value. But I like this almost as a buy low on Drake.
Yeah, I can definitely see that 100%.
Yeah. All right, Billy
on the street.
Spriggs, what's up, my guy Billy? 12-team Superflex win now team. I think I remember this going down.
I do remember this.
One of our leagues. Jimmy G, Mike Evans, Michael Thomas, Eckler, the 304 for Garrett Wilson, the 204, and Greg Dulcich. This is Superflex. It's a win now team. This is difficult to evaluate because we assume that Jimmy's a starter with the contract that he's given. We don't think they're gonna go quarterback.
Agreed.
Maybe they do. It's weird. It's a weird. Everything in Las Vegas is weird. Honestly,
it is. It is.
Mike Evans gets Baker Mayfield. Austin Eckler wants to be traded.
Oh gosh,
I think this is pretty even.
I mean, a 1-year deal. I mean,
this is not a tight end premium format either. So Dulcich is, he's still valuable, but this isn't tight end premium. I don't know. Where do you stand here, man?
I would personally, I can definitely see how it's even. I just don't like that you got Michael Thomas, and I don't know what the other player had. Or what the other owner had. If that was Jacoby Myers, a Juju Smith, a Terrace Marshall, doesn't matter who it is, I would personally rather have them than over Michael Thomas. It's been the year after year of like, oh, he's going to be on the field. I'm going to be healthy. Like, no. I doubt he's going to be on the field this year, and I'm happy to be wrong. But I do see it even. I just really don't like Michael Thomas right now and where he's at.
I get where you're coming from. I would actually say if I'm a win now team, I prefer Michael and what he could do.
Agreed
over
there.
Those other guys that you mentioned, but we might just see that a little bit differently. Yeah, it's a pretty even trade. These kind of trades just don't feel good if it doesn't work out. Yeah. Like if Billy, you said you're a win now team. If you don't win it, this trade is going to feel really gross.
Because then you have to reset again, and then you have Garrett. You had Garrett Wilson and Greg, and it's like, okay, well, how do I build it from this way? So it's tough.
Exactly. So I would say it is pretty even value, but yeah, again, if you don't win it all, this would be a hurtful one to see next season. All right, Cahoon is the last trade for today. 1 quarterback PPR start 9. I was somewhat disappointed in some of the wide receiver showings except JSN. So I figured to go for elite talent and trade my 104 and 105 for CD and buy low on Javonte with a new coach coming in, and he will never be this cheap after this year. With the trade complete, my wide receiver room is now CD, AJ Brown, Amon-Ra, and Chris Olave. The other players in the trade are just fillers, of course. I have the 102 and 23, and we'll be drafting JSN. As you stated in your videos, he is a can't-miss prospect. Woo! See, I don't even have to say it now. I love that. See, yeah, he is a can't miss prospect. I love it.
Prospect.
So we get CeeDee Lamb and Javonte Williams. We send away Dortch, Brightwell, the 104, a second, and the 105. And I'm very happy with the CeeDee Lamb and Javonte side of this.
I would agree there as well. I think this is a great trade. Get CeeDee Lamb, Javonte Williams, and this is going to be a trade we're actually going to be grading as well. His team, excuse me, we're going to be grading in our roster team submissions, which is also over on the flockfantasy.com/fantasy/land, excuse me. So yes.
I have to make sure that this wasn't like if you submitted his roster, make sure that we keep that into context when we record that here next.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, we like this deal. I think it's a great deal.
It's great. It's great.
Dortch and Brightwell literally mean nothing, no disrespect. But the 104, 105, you would be so lucky to draft a player like CeeDee Lamb at the 104 and Javonte at the 105 in a one quarterback format. Like, take the quarterbacks out. So the 104, maybe you get Addison. The 105, so
agreed.
Yeah,
completely.
I think it's a fantastic deal. But that's all the trades we have for today. I imagine that as people sort of start joining over on flockfantasy.com/land, we will start seeing much more of your trades on this text channel. So again, lastly, if you want your trades to be on today's show, go ahead and join us on flockfantasy.com/land. Choose the Mother Flocker tier, and you're going to have your trades on this show. Drop a like to show some support. Subscribe if you like Dynasty content, and we're going to see you guys in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your day. All love. Now that those idiots are done talking, who needs some rankings?
Hell yeah, I need some rankings.
Then use promo code LAND, LAND, for 30% off any membership at flockfantasy.com.
Oh.
It's so easy. Even your grandma could scan that QR code right there.